Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Yoshi's right. A crossover event. You're right. That's a good point. What would you see as that's a very good point, Yoshi. Crossover event.
It is time once again for the main story quest, where the Trinity Bros give you their MMO opinion.
Anyway, so it is now time for our main story quest, where the Trinity Bros give you our MMO opinions. Okay, so some of you may have heard about this in the past, but Final Fantasy 14 had a crossover with
Nier?
not Nier. Thank you. Yeah, Nier. Yeah, right. Thank you.
Okay.
So my question is, given that there's all these MMOs out there, okay, what would you want to see two MMOs do cross play? Almost like take your character from, say, one game. Let's pick World of Warcraft. Your druid, your bear druid, and dump your bear druid into Star Wars: The Old Republic. So that's not my pick. I'm just saying that's an idea, okay? So Collective says World of Warcraft and Destiny combined. Okay, so Solomon, what would you think? What would be two MMOs you would love to see do cross-play?
I'm thinking about this, and for whatever reason, like, this is one of those questions where you can let your imagination play out, run wild, and just come out with really interesting combinations. But I'm having a really hard time putting two MMOs of a different genre together. For example, like you said, Star Wars and the World of Warcraft. Like, I'm trying to picture that in my head and what that would even look like, and I just can't do it. It would just be so weird to me.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about, obviously I did World of Warcraft and SWTOR because it was truly not going to happen, okay? But I was thinking more like a fantasy type of thing. Like you think about like ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, kind of like doing a cross-play with like, say, Fallout 76, or even into Rift back in the day. Kind of fantasy stuff, kind of a little bit different, right? But just kind of cross-play like that, and be able to do some of the things you see. Now, it sounds so stupid because in one respect, you take a game, like take your character, just jump in there, and you're like, what's the balance with the, it's not the point. The point is taking your character from one game and running it through. Of course, they would do some cross-play, whatever, be a place where both worlds are together. You could never actually take your guy, your say your Rift character and fly over Stormwind, okay? But sorry. Yeah, Yoshi's right. A crossover event. You're right. That's a good point. What would you see that's a very good point, Yoshi. Crossover event. Maybe I should say that instead. Does it change your mind there, Solomon, by saying crossover? Yeah.
That actually makes more sense. No.
Let's start over again. What two games would you like to see a crossover event? Like bringing your druid into a going to Alderaan in SWTOR and trying to save Princess Leia. I don't know.
Man. You know what? I'm just gonna pick probably the most anticipated MMOs and just choose from that. So obviously, and this is obviously going to be a game that people are going to roll their eyes back. First one would be Star Citizen. And then oh man, that's a good question. Star Citizen and what other game? Okay, I'm gonna say Star Citizen and Crimson Desert.
Desert, okay, yeah, that'd be interesting.
2 games that aren't released, I get it. So maybe that's not a really realistic answer. But for the games that are already out, I think I'd just go to the safe bet and just pick either World of Warcraft and Black Desert Online or World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy 14. Okay. I think that's like doable. Again, I know we're not really looking for realistic answers here, but like for a crossover event, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not gonna ever happen because Blizzard has so much to lose by doing crossover events, and those other 2 games I mentioned has everything to gain. But yeah, I mean, they're all fantasy games, and they all have like different enough game mechanics and different features of the game where it's just uh, something that you would actually have to learn how to play, especially Black Desert Online, in my opinion. But yeah, I think it'd be really interesting to see like really just amazing looking tunes from Black Desert Online because it is one of the prettiest MMOs out there. And just going to like your early 2000 graphics in World of Warcraft and seeing the comparison
Yeah.
and people just fighting over what looks better or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, having a pageant contest or I don't know. Yeah, I think
Well,
that's my answer. Although that is a good question. I really wish I had more time to think about it. But yeah, that's my answer.
well, since Yoshi did a good job of clarifying what I actually meant was crossover event, now this puts more into like to me a Star Wars slash Overwatch. Okay, not Overwatch. Sorry, Destiny crossplay. Okay, a crossover event.
Oh, I could
You
see
know,
that. I could see
taking
that.
my guy, who I play in Destiny 2 in the Emperor mode, coming over into SWTOR and
How's it
running
go?
around doing, you know, my warlock in yeah, that'd be kind of fun, but that would be kind of interesting to do that. And like I mean Destiny 2 is a much prettier game. I love the system better than SWTOR. I love Star Wars. I would love to get back into SWTOR, but I just have a problem with the system. It just doesn't seem to be my kind of game. So all right, so SirJahzeal, you got some more time now. So we clarify it's a crossover event. What'd you pick?
Yeah, well, originally when you went crossplay, I had all kinds of ideas, but crossover, where I instantly go, I've been sharing with you guys, and when I was on Twitter, I was sharing it on there too. But as you know, I don't hop on Twitter anymore. All those really cool updated graphics. Where people take World of Warcraft and put it into modern game engines.
That's
And
right.
that's instantly where my mind goes is it would be really cool to take that universe and plop it into a new modern engine and just go still be stylized, but more realistic, smoother graphics. And I wouldn't say super realistic or hyper realistic graphics. I still want it stylized, but man, it would just be so cool to see World of Warcraft universe more in the style of like Crimson Desert or Black Desert Online kind of graphics. And I would even say Guild Wars 2 would be really cool to see what it would look like on those engines. But as far as like if you're talking a crossover event where you're talking like Smash Brothers on Nintendo kind of a thing where it's all these different characters from totally different universes mixing together.
Yeah.
Man, that's a more difficult one.
Well, it's the Final 14 Nier Automata, crossover event.
Yeah, I kind of think it'd be Guild Wars 2 mixed with World of Warcraft, maybe. Yeah, would be kind of cool. ESO, man, that would be kind of cool to see ESO mixed with maybe Black Desert Online. I'm kind of thinking. I don't know, man. Be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what either of those options would have to benefit each other. Well, Guild Wars 2 would definitely benefit from. Would probably get an influx of people. I mean, let's just be honest. They are in the top 5, but they're on the other side. no offense, I still play Guild Wars 2. I still love you. But you are the low man on the totem pole. Let's just be honest. I just, I instantly, man, I can't help it. I go right to what would it look like, and when I go to, like I said, with those videos where they take World of Warcraft, and put it onto a newer engine. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just awesome. And I admit, man, if they ever do like a World of Warcraft 2 or something, I'm there. I want them to still keep that style, especially being a person that played Warcraft 1, 2, and 3 during the RPG or 8. Well, yeah, it's RPG days. I want them to keep that style. I don't want them to lose that. That's what makes them World of Warcraft. And not these other games. It has a lot to do with the style. So, I would go with that. But I think as far as not talking graphics, but fitting in, like making sense to even just a little smidgen of a degree. You'd have to stick with high fantasy. You couldn't just go sci-fi with, knights in shining armor, go into Star Citizen or something. Actually, I could see that.
Is that a challenge?
That's an interesting idea.
Right.
I mean, what was that movie about that kid that went back something
Percy?
in King Arthur's court?
Oh, but yeah, okay.
A kid in King Arthur's?
Yeah, that was the Mark Twain book. Like,
yeah.
But they made it into a kid.
They did make it into a movie. It was a Mark Twain book first, though, but I believe, right? Yeah.
It was a book about going back in King Arthur's court, but it was based on an adult. Yeah. This was a kid one. You're right. It was
it was a kid one.
Show, yeah.
Hey, that's interesting. Now that I've said it, that was just kind of verbal diarrhea there, but that actually
worlds. These are all fantasy games. Okay, I mean,
true.
Well, wait a minute. There's no way you could put a World of Warcraft and a Star Wars crossover. It just wouldn't work. I'm like, they're both fantasy worlds, right? Well, yeah, but why don't you just pretend they're Ewoks, okay? And they got powers now, okay? I don't know.
Ewoks, how dare you?
Wait, hang on, really quick. When you said that, I totally forgot I had a copy of this. Oh, it's backwards.
Pride and Prejudice Zombies. Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
I've heard about that.
That's actually a good movie, dude.
I like this movie. I know people hate this movie because it's so bad. But
I like it.
It's one of my favorite bad good movies of all time.
I mean, it's awful, but it's beautiful at the same time.
It is. I know.
It's just like the Abraham Lincoln versus zombies or zombie killer.
Same author. I thought.
Ted. Bill and Ted, that's an adventure. We're going to bring back Abraham Lincoln, and all right. That's it for our main story quest. Next up, check out the further adventures of Kennethan by liking and subscribing and watching me live on twitch.tv/Kennethan.